What is going on, everyone, and welcome to episode 27, aka episode 1 of season 2 of the Offshore Gamescast.
Season 2!
I'm Dave.
And I'm Dylan. We're back.
We're back.
We took a break, but not really.
Kinda. We still showed up.
We did. We co-streamed the Game Awards. If you missed that and want to see all of our live commentary, reactions, our thoughts on the show, head to our YouTube channel. It's just Offshore Gamescast. Go there. We have the whole thing up, except for the Imagine Dragons performance, because they didn't let us.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine.
Wasn't really missing anything.
Buttons.
Well, wasn't really missing anything on their end.
But yeah, we're back with season 2. We don't have any new changes to announce right now.
Not yet, but in the coming months.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff in the works that
we just
need some time.
A large order of grease to get these gears moving.
Oh, and the grease it's like still on its way.
It's waiting.
It's
been a long year. There's been a lot of, shipment stuff, like resources. It's hard to get.
There's a shortage on grease right now.
Yeah. I guess there's just not enough of it. People don't want it right now.
But you need grease. That's for the gears.
I saw a bowl in a Goodwill when I was on vacation. And you know what it said on it?
Grease?
Grease.
Like the movie?
No. Think of those ornate china with the light, the blue accents with the stuff on it.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Think of that on the outside of the bowl.
Okay.
And then but it's like someone hand painted this or whatever, and it just says grease, and that's it. Like a weird looking cereal bowl.
Not like Grease the location.
No.
Not Grease.
Like put grease in this bowl.
So it was a grease bowl.
But it was just like a normal bowl, like a cereal bowl.
We needed that. That's why we have no announcements to make today, because we don't have a grease bowl.
Our gears are way too big, and that's not enough grease. I'll tell you what, that bowl is just like a cereal bowl. What are we going to do? Pick up the giant bucket, the barrel of grease, and just keep refilling this tiny bowl, pouring that tiny bowl on all of our gears, which there are many? You don't want to
accidentally over-grease the gears, because then you just get ahead of yourselves. You know?
And we gotta make this slicker. We gotta slick.
We do. We're gonna slick it up. So nothing to announce right now, but just know that there's a lot of plans and stuff that will be happening during this season.
Yes.
And with that, let's move on to video games.
Video games.
There was a 2-week span here, so we each have some things to talk about.
I know, and I'm upset that I don't have more. I went on vacation, and I was gone for a few days, so I didn't really get a lot of game time done. But I tried to beforehand. It's
weird because we did Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of at least for me, it was I gotta just fucking put all my other priorities and responsibilities on the back burner right now.
Yeah.
I have a deadline to finish some of these games.
Mm-hmm. So
it was really going hardcore into that. So we're these last 2 weeks, don't get me wrong, I played some games, but it was still maybe I'm going to relax with it a little more.
I mean,
we're going to watch a Netflix show, maybe a couple movies. I
did that.
Good.
Yeah.
I think the break was well deserved.
Yeah.
But one thing I did get excited about is I now have an Oculus Quest 2.
I know.
Because this guy over here sold me on it.
They're so much fun. It feels so good.
So, for the record, I've only played a couple games, which I'm going to talk about. But, man, compared to PlayStation VR, it's not in the same realm.
No.
It's not. So, the first game I want to talk about is Beatsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've become obsessed with Beatsaber. So there is a campaign in it, and I don't really like what the campaign's doing. It was good for the first little bit of let's slowly learn how Beatsaber works.
Yeah.
But then they start doing things where it's hey, to beat this level or move on, you need to beat this song by only moving your arms a little bit. And you only have there's a limit of distance that you can move your arms throughout the whole song. So if you move your arms too much, you fail, which kind of sucks because half the point of Beatsaber is swinging your arms kind of obnoxiously, but in a way that
feels cool.
If in my head I'm I feel so fucking cool right now, and I only know I know that if someone were to see me especially because I'm playing in my kitchen because that's where the most room is.
In pajamas.
Yeah, exactly. So if someone sees, I just look like an idiot swinging my arms around like a maniac. Meanwhile, I'm like with this music pumping in. Cause I'm wearing a headset too. It feels so good.
You should put on like basketball shoes next time, and I'll just record a video. We can just hear like that of you like moving around. And
I didn't realize how much you actually move your whole body in Beatsaber, because there's like these like walls come at you that I guess it tracks like your face, like the headset, not so much the controllers, because you have to like literally like lean to the left and right, and sometimes you have to like move all the way in, so you're literally like kind of jumping back and forth to avoid the walls, and then other times you just gotta crouch.
Yep.
Or one of my favorite things with the crouch, which I did tell you about, is they know what they're doing with it, so they'll have a lot of times like your arms are going like crazy. There's a crazy moment, and then you have to crouch, and then like as you do the crouch, you swing both your arms outwards. So it's kind of like that. It's like in a Marvel movie, or like where like you land, like swing your blades out like that or something. Like it feels good. And there's like a lot of minor things of like, oh, this wall is passing by, and because you're basically holding like two lightsabers. This wall is passing by. If I can touch on my lightsaber, but if my lightsaber is touching it, like that controller is vibrating. Okay. And they feel like real things, because like every time you slice through one of the notes, they vibrate. So it does. It's very cool. Yeah, it's very cool, and I'm sure like other VR games do a lot of cool things with like that vibration. And pretty much all I have to talk about, except for one other thing, a little bit, is Beatsaber. Yeah, because rhythm games and me. So I'm not doing the campaign. My goal is to get through every song on hard
for the true ending.
And well, no, because there's like expert and then like something else above expert. Okay, that's too much for me. I have my limit, especially where I'm physically moving my body, because I'm not exactly the most in shape person.
We're gamers.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you kidding?
So I'm doing every song on hard. I have a few left, and then I have like one left. I bought the Green Day pack because they're one of my favorite bands, and none of the other packs interest me too much. Like
not even the Billie Eilish one.
Not the Billie Eilish. I know Lady Gaga's out there now.
You could be in the middle of your kitchen and being a bad guy.
Sure, I don't know.
That's the name of a Billie Eilish song?
I figured, but I couldn't tell you.
I could tell you.
But yeah, I'm sure maybe there are like technically better VR headsets. Yeah. But just like you can go. We have an interview on our website where I interview Dave when he got one. Yeah. There's a Q&A there. You can go check that out. I don't want to go too deep into it. But
we don't need any duplicate comments. We've done it already.
But man, the Quest 2 is good. There were even a couple of nights where I'm like, oh, it's kind of a long day at work. My body's sore. I'm fucking tired. We've been kind of a little sick, so I don't feel the best. And then I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to go do it anyway because it's that much fun.
Now, are you the kind of person that I know you have glasses and whatnot. Do you get that like 20-minute sensation of like, all right, I got a bit of a headache. I'm trying to get over it. Or like, are you at the point of like, all right, I'm in it. Like, I just got to put it on and I'm fine.
With VR?
Yeah.
Oh, like, no, it doesn't cause me a headache. I will talk... When we get to my next game, I'll talk a little bit about like getting nauseous. Yeah. Which has only happened because I've played like a decent amount of PlayStation VR. It's only happened a couple of times. It's not like I'm not the type of person that typically will get nauseous from this type of stuff. Yeah. But no, I don't have any. I'm pretty much like I'm in it. I'm like, all right, let's go. Mm-hmm. Do you get like a headache?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I'm pretty decent like without like motion sickness and stuff. Or slightly above average. Like I don't have any issues or anything.
It can be a little bit of an adjustment of like once you're directly in the headset being like, okay, like my hands are moving a little differently now just with like the pointing stuff, but like once I'm in like Beatsaber and like in a song and like the songs, I'm like I'm gone.
What did you set your like homeroom?
I don't know what it's called, but it's very like an open, mostly empty room with like a wood floor. And I have
kind of like a white, like not walls, but like.
So I don't have my walls is just windows, all the way up to the top. So it's just, I'm kind of like in a dome, and I could just like look up at the sky. And sometimes at night, like when I first got the headset, I set it to that, and I was sitting in a chair. I was just kind of like looking up at the night sky and just like,
Is that the first room?
It's not the default one.
Okay.
I don't think, at least. Because I did look through them, and that was the one that like stuck with me.
All right, that one's not popping into mind. I have the cyberpunky one right now.
I saw that one, and I know you told me, but I forget things easily.
Yeah.
But I saw that, I was like, I bet Dave, probably subconsciously, I was like, Dave told me he picked that one. But I was like, I bet Dave picked that one.
It's a dope setting.
But yeah, Quest 2 is fun. Beatsaber it's fun.
You know, I gotta get back to mine. I'm back on the physical controller grind again. It's too many fun things coming out.
Yeah, I thought it felt like it was gonna be a bit of a break, and now we'll get into it. But there are a few games already came out where it's like, oh, okay, there's some cool stuff out.
It's like a pain in the ass, like being more invested in video games and news and journalism and stuff. Because like now I'm seeing so many more indie games, and like yeah, they're good.
I'm way more open of like, that game looks kind of cool. I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but I kind of don't care. Show me the next AAA thing. That's all I care about. Like it's a weird mindset switch.
I know. It's like, you know what? I do have time for these. These are cool.
Yeah.
So for me, I played a little bit more Pokemon Diamond.
On your vacation?
No, this was beforehand.
I
did go and get my first badge, which it's I haven't gotten to the point yet where I've gotten down into the underground, but the first like badge areas like in like the mining city and whatnot. It does feel nice playing this game again, but it's still not my preferred way.
Of course, yeah.
I think like the full recreation looks really nice. I'm still getting over like the chibi characters. I think that in the art style change from pixelation to this, it definitely doesn't look as good. And for some reason, I feel like with the pixelation, they were able to give off better depth of like emotion than now. I feel like it looks just more like not maybe campy in a way. I don't know.
I could kind of get what you're saying. The chibi art style is not something I necessarily like.
Yeah.
I tolerate for like games I enjoy.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, it's not really an art style I'm drawn to. It's kind of the opposite.
Yeah. I'm excited though. I do like the beginning of the game, and I think this will be different because the remake is definitely a lot easier. But I choose Piplup every time, just about. And the first gym is like cake with Piplup, and then the next few, it's like, all right, here's a grass gym. Here's this thing. Like it's like the next 3 are gonna be hard. Like they're just like against me. But with the way the EXP share from like the get-go, like once you have Pokemon in your party, all of them get XP. Like
so yeah, it's the experience share essentially.
Yeah, it's like I understand accessibility and whatnot, but these games do feel like they're just like you're not even playing anymore. Like they're just so easy, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of prefer it that way though.
I get it
because before some of the newer Pokemon games, I rarely actually beat a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
So I would hit a point of like, all right, I'm at like what are they called? The
Victory Road?
Yeah, that's like the league or whatever.
Oh, that Victory Road is right before the Elite Four.
The Elite Four. So I've gone to the Elite Four in a couple games. And then I'm like, I gotta kind of grind to get through this.
Yeah.
And, like I'll start doing it, and then I just hit a point where I'm like, I'm just ready to move on to something else now.
I get it. They definitely, as a kid, they're much more of a commitment than like when you grow up. Because I feel like man, this is really taking a long time and whatnot. I feel like as an adult, it's like, all right, I get it. I'm just gonna pop through it. Like I feel like games when we were kids, we play them now. It's like, you fucking idiot, you couldn't get past that.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah.
But I mean, I'm still digging it. I don't know if I'll be flying back to it anytime soon or just picking it up from time to time and enjoying it.
It's your new Pokemon White.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that I don't have any more mainline Pokemon games to beat. Like I'm done now and I can relax a bit until Arceus comes out, but there's too much. There's too much going on.
Is Arceus mainline?
So
cuz it's very different.
The way I look at it, there's like at least 3 mainline series going on with Pokemon, and that is the mainline games that release, the like separate remake release mainline series, and then just whatever the fuck they want to do on the side. Because it's like you have Pokemon games, you have the Pokemon remakes, you have the Pokemon re-remakes, you get the Pokemon Arceus, you get the Pokemon Snaps, you get the Pokemon Coliseums, you get the Pokemon Battle Revolutions, you get the Pokemon Pokken, you get the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons, you get the Pokemon Ranger, you get the Pokemon Go, you get the Pokemon
Unite,
you get the Pokemon
Let's Go.
That's the remake.
Oh. I don't know. Smash Brothers. With Pokemon in it.
Pokken.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I fucking said that one already.
Oh.
Well, you had the point.
Yeah, do you think that Arceus is just going to be the new Pokemon? Probably not, right? Because they make way too much money off Pokemon in general.
Like, it's weird. Like, okay. It's weird because Arceus is a mainline game. Arceus is a mainline game in a remade Sinnoh. So, like, it's a mainline game in a remake of Pokemon Gen 4 with the modern-day Pokemon graphics that we should have gotten. It's like everything combined into one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who knows? Because we're still going to get Pokemon Gary and Pokemon Sean. And
I love Pokemon Gary.
Yeah, we're going to get Pokemon Gary and Pokemon Sean in the next like 3 years, and that's going to come out with a whole bunch of new Pokemon, and then people are going to complain because Pokemon's just not good anymore and no one's ever happy, and then we'll get something else, and that'll also probably be bad.
I don't think
I'm excited for Gary though.
Of course, Gary, yeah.
Yeah.
The most anticipated.
Pokemon Gary.
I played another VR game. House Flipper.
Sick.
What?
You got motion sick.
I did. The actual game House Flipper, not the VR one, like the original House Flipper. It was during quarantine, I think. Actually, it was. Yeah. I put a lot of time into that game. It is just very satisfying. Just like the going around cleaning and then like kind of decorating, the painting, like it was good. So House Flipper VR was actually kind of one of the reasons I got a Quest 2, because I was like, yeah.
Did you end up doing what I said and buying it on the sale and then purchasing the Quest?
No. But I got a refund. I don't know if you know about. I'll get into the refund thing in a second.
No, I have not had a need to.
That's good, but there is a very nice refund policy.
Oh, okay.
So first thing, the art style is different. It is way less realistic, way more cartoony, which that's like fine. It makes sense probably because of limitations of VR, I guess. I get it, immersion, VR. But when I'm playing House Flipper, I like the satisfaction of like taking this thing that looks like a shithole and making it not a shithole.
Yeah.
Instead, now there's spots all over the floor where I have to literally get down onto my knees and like scrub it. And like, yes, it is immersive. But like at that point I might as well actually clean my whole kitchen.
Yeah.
Like in real life. Like that was not fun. Was it immersive? Yeah, because it sucked. Like, because I didn't like it.
Yeah. Is there like an option where it's like, hey, pre-cleaned house, let me just do design shit?
No.
There's no like creative.
Not that I because that stuff's not even the original game.
Okay.
Unless they like added in after I played, but not that I know of.
No.
And there are just other issues like your tool. So you have like a tool belt, like that's like you look down, it's on a belt you're wearing. Mm-hmm. And to get that, you have to like point at the things on your tool belt to like transfer it to your hand.
Oh.
And Also, some of the angles of the things, you have to like really twist your wrists back at you to the point
This guy.
it was to the point though where like because you also have to hold the controller,
Yeah.
so it's not as simple as just like doing it. It's like it was like hurting my wrists.
Who's reaching for tools?
This
guy.
And then every time you put it down, it goes back to a spot on the. You can't just like place it down somewhere and pick it back up. It's right back on your
that
belt.
about the fucking Vader Immortal episode that I played.
What was it like? Your lightsaber always.
You had a lightsaber and there's like a repair tool or something, and it's like you couldn't. There's no physics. You couldn't just like pick it up and like toss it in your hand. As soon as you let go, just right to your.
But half of VR is like the tossing it around and like being.
Which is
cool
why I
and
love
shit.
Resident Evil 4. I can just throw my gun around and catch it.
So this game was also the one that. So like I've played first-person VR games where I'm just using. So I did it on PlayStation VR. I haven't played it on Oculus Quest 2 yet, but just moving around like with the sticks like you would a normal video game.
Yeah.
And I'm like fine.
Yeah.
Now
The other one, the jumping, the teleporting,
I don't like that one.
garbage.
I
I don't know how that is better for people.
I can like I'm okay with the like you hit the stick and it kind of like does like a 30-degree turn.
That's fine.
I'm fine with that one, but yeah, the teleporting I don't like that at all.
Like if I'm teleporting and I'm like, all right, there's a left turn and I'm teleporting there, and then like thinking to myself, I'm gonna turn my head or like like I feel like that using the sticks to like move and then just look around feels so much more natural than the teleporting.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
But there are two games that have made me nauseous. I couldn't do on PSVR Resident Evil 7. I started to because I was like, I have PSVR, Resident Evil's out. I'm going to play the whole thing in PSVR. It's going to be scary.
Well, that sucks too because their version of smooth controls is pushing the button down.
Right. So,
and pointing backwards.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. Like, I get it. You don't have thumbsticks. But that's fucking stupid. Because they did that for Skyrim, too, and I hated it. And I keep interrupting you. And I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But, like...
let it out.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, I need to turn, and I'm just going to point... Like, I'm pointing backwards, and...
Yeah. But that game, for whatever reason, made me nauseous.
Yeah.
And House Flipper. I don't know what it is, but it was like, as soon as I used the stick to, like, rotate... it was immediately like my head was spinning. I was like, whoa. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't remember the name of the game. There was this horror game on PSVR that was just first person thing like that where you're just moving around. And I played through that whole thing, no problem. Like hours worth.
Deracine.
No, I did want to check out Deracine. Skyrim VR, that's first person. And you're I mean, like you said, it's like moving around is different with that.
Yeah.
On PSVR, but like I played that and was having no issue at all. So I don't know. I don't know what about certain things make it do that to me, but only those two games have done it to me.
Interesting.
So yeah. Oh, the return system. So, I guess the reasoning is because VR games are generally expensive, and I would imagine it's because they kind of cost a lot.
Yeah.
So Oculus has a system which is great because it really lets you try out some shit.
Is it similar to Steam's policy?
I don't know Steam's policy.
Steam lets you, as long as you have less than 2 hours played, you can return it whenever, I think. I don't know if there's a limit.
So, yes, it's like that. As long as you request a refund within the first 2 weeks of your purchase,
yeah,
and you played less than 2 hours,
okay,
and you're not doing more than 5 of these within a 30-span day, or a 30-day span, I should say, because otherwise you could like easily just like purchase everything and then refund everything.
Yeah.
As long as you're playing less than 2 hours, you basically just get a refund.
Oh,
like I requested a refund for House Flipper, and it was like a day later, it was like, yeah, here's your refund.
Oh, cool. I'm pretty sure that might exactly be Steam's policy. I don't know about the amount in a certain span, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So that was me looking it up. That's not like an official like
yeah, but they're
rule.
Like unspoken, like, hey, we're watching you, kid.
Because someone was like testing it out, and they were asking people that worked. They're like, the thing they came to was like, all right, if you're doing more than 5 in a 30-day span, they're gonna like, it's not just be automated. A human's gonna look at it and be like, all right, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah,
because that's like kind of it's sus.
So sus.
Yeah, those are the only Quest 2 games I played. And
hey, can I return Among Us VR? It's kind of sus.
Spoilers.
My turn?
Your turn. I like the Quest 2 a lot.
It's really good.
It is. My only complaint, which is probably the same one you had, I hate when I'm like really into Beatsaber and I'm like really trying to get this song down and then I get that message of the battery life.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, damn it. Maybe it's good for me to take a break because my arms are fucking killing me, but oh, damn it.
I'm too self-aware of it. I'll be in the middle of Resident Evil 4 and like every 15 minutes I'll pop them in the thing. I'll be like, how much battery I got left? How much I got left? I'm like, all right, let's take out a few more enemies. Let's check how much battery I got left. Just to get the big, all right, I'll go charge it right now or something.
Your turn.
I did beat a game though.
Ooh. What game?
I started and I finished White Shadows.
I started and I finished White Shadows.
I mean, a small ass game like that.
It was. I didn't realize it was. I had no idea. I thought I was gonna be alone on this.
No, I said, you know what? I'm gonna play that too.
It was only a few hours.
No, yeah, it was super short.
I liked it.
I did too. Bird racism.
Yeah. So the game starts with like, oh, what a fucking warning.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, warning. Like this has themes of, all right, let's see. Was it racism, sexism, xenophobia, abuse against women and children, suicide?
Yeah.
And that was immediately like, damn. Like I know that like these, and was it what do we call it? The limbo games or the inside, like we came up with a word.
And
I don't
did?
There was yes, when we were talking about this, we came up with really you came up with the phrase. Where it was like these limbo like games that are always dark, the themes are always sad and messed up. And
yeah. Was it just talking about how depressing 2D games are and whatnot? Or
kind of, but it's like this specific style. There was something.
Damn.
Well, I'll have to go back and listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you play it and it's kind of like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get what's going on here.
I see it. I felt very... So, have you played either Limbo or Inside?
I've watched playthroughs on YouTube of them,
Okay.
but I've not actually played them myself.
I found White Shadows to be much closer in similarities to Limbo, mainly in like the... It's compared to Inside, Limbo has a much more like simplified gameplay where like the puzzles aren't too hard. You're really not like thinking too much. Mm-hmm. Like Inside, it was like, all right, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this and this has to go to this and what. I was like, all right, we're going a little crazy here. But
I never really got stuck in White Shadows.
No,
there were a couple of things where I had to be like,
yeah,
but it was never like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I don't get it.
But because of that fact, I kind of found the first half of the game to be kind of uneventful. And just like I was kind of like going along, trying to like pick up on stuff.
Especially because the first half is really like, you have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, no.
You're kind of picking up of like the racism aspect of where it's literally like, hey, the birds are bad. The black birds.
Yeah.
Drink this stuff. The white stuff that like it brightens like it's I will say I do think they do a good job of handling it where like yes, that specific thing is kind of on the nose.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like a lot of stuff is just like you're witnessing happening, but it's not like in your face. Like
I thought because there was some parts that had that like noir-esque like 50s 60s aesthetic, and when you're walking by in the background you see those giant neon signs and whatnot. I thought some of the environmental stuff and that sort of world building was really cool, which was the first half of the game, and I thought it like visually looked good until it started to like really pick up gameplay wise for me.
In that realm with like when like one of those big like airboat ship things would fly by with the speaker of the dude like yelling and shouting. It was very clear what they were going for with that. But it was very like it was unsettling. Like it was noticeably louder than everything else, but also very just like kind of like staticky and like something about like when it flew over and like was doing that, I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I like I said when Limbo and Inside came out, I really do like these games. I think that I think I still like Limbo and Inside maybe better than this one.
Okay.
But like, keep making more. Like, there's like,
To be clear, this isn't made by the same people.
no,
Limbo and Inside were made by the same people.
yes, but
This is separate.
this
But
is-
like that genre.
yeah, side.
No, that wasn't it.
Lies.
We had something. I don't
What?
know what episode that would have been from. But we had something.
That was last season's work.
It's season 1. What even is that?
Every season we talk about a new Limbo-y
So far we have. Well, no, we didn't talk about a new one. I think you talked about Limbo and Inside.
Those were new to me. Well, the parts of it were new to me.
I typically don't like black and white art style in things. Like when things are just strictly black and white, I'm normally like kind of turned off by that. But something about this game, it worked. Like it worked thematically, obviously, with a lot of the stuff. But like, there were certain points where it's like when those like minecart things or whatever were going, and you had to like hide behind the shadow and like it worked.
Some parts of those, I had a pain in the ass.
That part specifically was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like there's late in the game, which it's funny because like I say late, but it's like the game is maybe 2.5 hours.
It's real short.
It's like you're sitting down for like a movie kind of.
Yeah.
So like it's weird because like anything late game, like everything feels like a spoiler.
Well,
you know.
Was this on Game Pass?
No.
I spent money on this?
Yeah, we spent money on this. This was not on Game Pass.
That was like $20, right?
Think so. I think 20. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
It kind of is a lot for like a 2.5 hour 3 game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It also kind of feels like realistically, how many games are we going to buy that's less than $20?
Yeah.
Later in the you get I'll just say for an ability kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I liked that. That felt like getting that, and then it kind of felt like badass in a way, but it was just kind of like, you wolves are in fucking trouble now. Like you're in trouble.
That's what I'm saying. The second half really, really picked up.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I still think it is good. I think it's definitely worth a play.
Yeah. That one, also the one, again, not going into too many details because it is like a short thing that it's kind of like an experience more than anything.
Yeah.
That one boss fight, if you will.
Uh-huh.
The like robotic one.
Yeah.
That like I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was like kind of fucked up when you think about it, but also like kind of comical, and it was it's a strange thing. The whole game is a strange thing, but
it is. It reminded me a little bit of It Takes Two, because it felt like while this game was short, they did throw a lot of different stuff in there.
Yeah, they did.
But it I feel like it's weird. Like I don't know what to think about this game. Like I liked it. It was up. It was down. It was good. It's all over the fucking place.
I liked it. It was good. I came out of it as like, that was something.
Yeah.
I played through something.
It was about maybe like a week or so since I played it. But when I did write down my little thing, I gave it a 7. I left off pretty happy with it.
Oh yeah, I was totally happy with it.
Yeah.
Realistically, with what's coming out, like, I mean, listen, I don't really want to start this discussion, but like,
no, that's why I was like, all right, I got some time. This is here. Let's do it.
Yeah, because like later, like as we get into 2022,
we're trying to take advantage.
Right, we have some time of like,
yeah.
Oh, there's this game that like realistically, if it were the end of the year, we would not have time for.
Yeah, no.
But right now, while there is some time, play some of these smaller games because like, yeah, I'm happy I played this game.
So am I. It was not only the first game I beat it of this new thing. I beat it in one sitting. It was crazy.
Me too. All of the above for me as well. Wow, that's cool. I like that you played that.
Yeah. I assumed that you would have played it, but
is it my turn, right?
Kind of,
but I know one of the games you're going to talk about is also one of the games I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to stick with the me game right now.
All right.
Solar Ash.
Yeah.
I like this game. It's fun. It's the whole quick spiel is your planet is being sucked into a black hole. It's gonna be dunzo, and so you're not a human, but you're like human-like, if you will. But like humans, nothing got done because all the politicians just argued about what to do, and a decision was never made. And it's kind of like it's too late. So like your little ragtag group of scientists were like, we have this thing that might work. Let's just go into the black hole and fucking try it. And that's kind of your deal. Your ship like crashes. You don't have any contact with anyone. You're trying to set up this machine that's supposed to like stop the black hole. The gameplay is that you have like hoverblades, and you're kind of hoverblading around, which is like an instant sell for me. It's like skateboarding, hoverboards, rollerblading, ice skating, like any kind of skating like that. I'm immediately like, all right, I'm into this, and it feels good.
Yeah.
It's the story is like, there's like lore, and so you can find like video logs and stuff of like, oh, one of my crewmates was here. They have a video log. Like, what happened to them? Where are they? It's interesting. It's not the most engaging.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I gotta find out where this story goes. I'm honestly playing this because I like the visuals and the gameplay.
Yeah.
It's fun to play, but the story's like happening. The best part is the boss fights, which they're different areas, and basically in each area you have to destroy a certain amount of gunk things to piss this giant monster off. Every time you destroy one, like an eyeball opens up on the monster. And then you do it enough times and they're just pissed off. And they're ruining the interference with the machine, so you gotta kill them.
Okay.
And this is where like the most challenge comes in, but also it's the most satisfying, because you basically have to do in quick succession hit these the way the lore describes it is like in your visor you can see these like nerve points and like pinpoints for them that are kind of like weak points, if you will, where you can actually hurt the thing. So you have to like hoverblade all around it, and you have like a grappling hook thing too for like certain points. And you also have a thing where you can like slow down time for a second, and like that increases your range of the grappling hook to get to something quicker. You have to hit all these nerve points in a very specific order and quickly. It is timed. So like if you fuck up and you don't get there quick enough, the things that you can sit on kind of like start deteriorating, and it just turns to like lava or some sort of harmful substance, and you get hurt and you fall off. And then you have to go try again. Now, you have to do this like at least 3 times. I think it's 3 times. That sounds like a boss thing. So like what if you go through like one cycle, like it saves that you did that cycle. So like if you fail the second one, you're just going to start over from the second one again.
Okay.
So it's not like you have to like do all 3 cycles without fucking up. So the cool part is as you kind of get further on in these cycles is like the last boss. So each boss obviously gets harder. But the last one I do was like, I am zipping up and down this thing on all sorts of different, like going back and forth a lot, just like destroying these nerve points, because it kind of like you hit one and then the next one pops up, and then the next one kind of leads you along a path. And once you like nail it, it feels good.
I bet.
Of like, yeah, I just fucking destroyed that thing. Like you feel like it kind of gives you the feeling of like you're kind of speed running something. Because you have to like nail it in this like very specific way. It's short.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it yet. I am over, and this is so I'm also doing everything, as in getting all the different armor pieces to unlock all the armors, and completing all these little like there's a couple side quest lines that you can get. This game must be no more than 8 to 10 max.
Really?
And the game is $40, which I know that like I wasn't just complaining about $20 for like a 3-hour game. Something about this game, $40 feels like too much. I don't know what in my head is like $20 for this 3-hour game. That's I accept that. $40 for this 8 to 10 hour game feels like too much.
I feel like it's just human brain going, oh, more money gone bad.
Probably. Also, something about this game.
How to feed kids now.
It is like
too much water bill.
That's my biggest problem.
Damn,
I
no
can't
groceries.
feed my kids because of the water bill.
Water bill cannot be paid. My kids are hungry.
Like
I have
the
no
cheapest
grocery.
bill out of all of them.
But we got solar ash. And I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say I'm disappointed. I was expecting a little more. Just because each area you're going into, like, yes, like, it is cool seeing the different areas and, like, the art in them and just, like, the layout. Mm. But you're going in and doing the same exact thing in each one.
I don't like that. You know how I feel about, like, Deathloop and whatnot.
Yeah, so, like, not as repetitive as that because you're not literally going through the same areas.
Yeah.
But it's like, you go into this area, there's X amount of things you have to destroy to make the boss happen. There's the 5 armor pieces you can optionally go find if you want for, like, armor upgrades. There you go. Same exact thing in each area. The areas have been very different from each other. There is that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
I'm going to finish it. I'm not, like, putting it down. I'm not trying to sound like it feels good. The best part is the gameplay. It feels good to play.
Okay. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give my time. I'm gonna wait for it.
Yeah,
I'm still curious, but
I again $40. I feel like I spent too much money on this game for what it is.
Is this one of those that they said they might release with a physical later? I know.
Maybe
Kenna should be getting a physical this month.
That still doesn't have one?
No, that released digitally and is only getting a deluxe physical release at $50.
That game wasn't $60? Was that $40?
$40.
Why does that feel more right to me? Is it because it's...
Because there's more to do than just move?
There kind of isn't, though. Kano, like, there...
Do you like the Pixar graphics? I don't know.
There is that. I do like the graphics of Solar Ash, though, for a very different reason, but I don't know. I like it. I like Solar Ash.
Okay. You want to talk about Chorus?
Well, okay, I'll talk about Chorus.
I started Chorus.
I also started Chorus.
Yeah, but I started Chorus. So I'm still really early in it. I haven't got a chance to play anymore. I did the first few main missions, and I think right now I'm like right where things started to open up, and I was like, all right, side stuff. Let's do all the side stuff, and that's where I stopped. This game feels really good to play.
Yeah, for like a game that feels like it's like no one's really talking about it.
Yeah.
And like I'm not exactly big into like ship simulation stuff, and that's not really what this is. But yeah, flying around in space in this ship feels really good.
It does.
Like something like, especially for like the scope of what this game is, because this is an indie game.
Yeah,
this is not like some sort of big thing, but it kind of has a bigger feel to it.
I know. And,
like, it's strange.
I'm still like working my way through it. I don't think the story is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It's not. There's like cool lore in there.
Yeah.
That sometimes can be a little bit like, oh boy, these characters are saying a lot of words and a lot of things, and like I kind of like that they're peppering it in like that for you to think about and not like they're not doing lore dumps.
Yeah.
But also, yeah.
But
flying that ship around.
Yeah, that gameplay. And just like that's just standard flying, not even like crazy maneuvering or being like evasive, just kind of flying around and like avoiding. So, I'll get to this in a second, but like flying around avoiding the rocks, and we both talked about this where there's this one side mission early on where you have to help escort this larger brig across from point A to point B, and it's like scale-wise, you're this tiny-ass ship just kind of watching this thing, and for fun, I'm like, I'm behind it, I'm above it, I'm just kind of like flying circles around it, like
Yep.
like clockwise circles, like top to bottom, just going around. I'm just gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna put myself in a little head cannon. I'm just be like, all right, I'm just gonna make sure I'm checking all my bases here, and all. There's 2 little prongs that stick out the back. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking go just swoop in between those for fun.
It does. The just like kind of the immersion of like how easily like. I had to do later on. It was I think this was a main. No, this was an optional side, but kind of main thing. Like at one point, I'm escorting a bunch of ships to something, and just the kind of like patrolling, if you will, where I'm in my head like, you don't have to do it this way, but I'm kind of like flying at like a certain distance above them, but kind of like with them still, and in my head, I'm like, I have the thought of like them. Like, it's kind of hard to word. I have the thought where I'm thinking these other characters, these NPCs, are thinking like, oh wow, yeah, I see her up there, like protecting us. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
No, I see it.
It's weird to like articulate.
I get what you're saying.
But it is a feeling of like, I'm totally immersed in that on that level.
Yeah, you're putting yourself in the Dune headspace, where you're like, I know exactly what every person's thinking, and I'm flying there, and it's like, whoa, she's gonna be the one to save us, just in case shit goes bad.
Pretty much, yeah. And then like,
wow,
of course,
she's really hot.
Shit goes bad.
Wow, is she single? Damn.
Of course, shit goes bad, and then you get into like a dogfight.
Yeah.
And then like that happens, and then like I pull back up to the escort, and I'm feeling like, yeah, you see that shit.
It's like, you boys, I'll be back in a second.
I am. So this is still early game. You haven't gotten here yet, but I need to talk about a couple things. One of the abilities you get is it's very tricky at first. It's like kind of a drift thing, where so you boost, right? And then you hit one of the shoulder buttons, and your ship will keep kind of moving in that direction, but now you can like fully rotate. So the way they kind of like tutorialize that is there's a locked door, and you have to hit these 3 points real quick together. One's on the left, one's on the right, and then the next one's on the left again. So you like boost, you do this, and you turn to like the left, and you shoot it, and then you have to like go back like more to the right, and then back to the left again, all while moving quickly.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky, but and I was kind of struggling with it at first, but then like it just kind of clicks with you, and it feels really fucking cool.
Interesting.
The way I am fucking drifting up, like when a ship is sitting there, and I need to go like talk to them, the way I'm fucking drifting up right in front of the ship from like behind it, and then stopping to talk to them. This is again in the moment where I'm thinking like they must be looking at me and like, holy fuck, this is a crazily skilled pilot. Like, what the hell was that?
Wow. Are they single? She's really hot.
That's what they all think.
I haven't seen a woman around here in a while, you know?
There's a lot of women around.
Really lonely in this cockpit.
And the other thing is you get kind of a robot or AI companion.
Like in the ship?
Yes. Well,
is it like, wow, she's really hot?
No.
She's single?
No, this AI kind of doesn't like you for the time being.
You're fucking ugly.
You get into I'm trying to like avoid the story moment of it. You get into this other ship that has this AI in it, and you have a history with it, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But they do.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
You remember in Outer Worlds? Are you Alex Hawthorne? Yes. Welcome back, Alex Hawthorne.
Yes. And it adds a welcome element of like, she's not just talking to herself a lot of the time now.
Good.
There's like there is still the moment where like it kind of does like a different sound effect with her voice where she's like thinking to herself, which on one hand, like that's kind of cool. On the other hand, I'm kind of like, I don't like this effect that much. Yeah. But now there's just like this companion, if you will, always with you for discussion's sake.
Which can work.
It's working so far. Like I'm not too far after that.
Like, I find it funny, like, if you take God of War, for example, you have Kratos and Atreus, and it's like, sure, but then you just get Mimir, and that's literally all he is. He's just, I'm just gonna talk.
And so, like, I never got bored or annoyed with Mimir. I love Mimir.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great addition. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call this Mimir level.
Okay.
Because that was, like, a really good implementation of it.
Uh-huh.
But, like, so far, like, I like it better with this AI role. I'm not entirely sure if it's, like, an actual robot or if it's, like, an AI thing.
Okay. I'll have to find some time and get back into that, because I was really enjoying the gameplay.
The gameplay gets better.
Awesome.
Do you have one more?
2.
How did that happen?
Because you decided to talk about the games I had to talk about.
We only had 2. What? Okay. Okay, yeah, well, go.
All right. I started Halo.
Yeah, I knew that. Why am I surprised?
I am 2 missions in. Very similar point like Chorus. I am just at the point now where, like, I am out on, like, the Halo ring, and, like, it is open, and I can go start, like, doing stuff.
That's like the most I want to know about is, like, what.
I think I got to that point, started the mission, set my waypoint for, like, I was gonna go over to, like, do, like, an outpost or something real quick, and that's where I stopped the game. Because the game's only apparently, like, 9-ish hours, 7 of it being, like, mainly gameplay, even if you're doing some side stuff. So each main mission is, like, roughly an hour, so about 2 hours to get up to that point, and that's where I put it down. But, like, this feels, even with the new additions, like, just like good old classic Halo. Like, it just feels good. Like, the music starts up, like, Chief feels like he's back. It just feels really good, and I want to be able to finish this before Chorus, because no one's already talking about Chorus, and I'm definitely gonna get Halo Infinite spoilers before.
Oh long. Yeah, I don't see where you're gonna see a Chorus spoiler. Yeah. Just like
so, I'm gonna try to get through that first. But the grappling hook's great. It's so classic, but still, like, new. It feels so good. There's no ADS, which I really liked Halo 4 for, but everyone else hated it, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, that's one of the things that kind of. I've played the first few Halo games and kind of fell off, and I'm like, could have probably give them another shot with my girlfriend co-op just to, like, see if that makes it any better for me. Because, like, I'm getting kind of FOMO with Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Because, like, everyone's talking about how good it is, and I'm like,
I'm really enjoying it so far. There's specifically there, and I showed you some clips that I took there. This game has such charm at certain points where I am just thinking about, like, a small little cutscene interaction, or just, like, something that the enemies said, which, if people don't already know, the enemies, it's been blown up everywhere. They say some funny ass shit.
I do like the very well timed clip that you posted.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Stupid Spartan will make mistake. And he wasn't wrong.
Nope.
I
immediately made a mistake.
So fast that, like, I had to prove his point. But I'm sad that I did go on vacation and miss out on some of these games, because I want to get back in. Mm-hmm. And it feels really good right now with some of these games like Chorus and Halo. It's on Game Pass. You just got to download it. Just give it a go.
Yeah, I will. I don't know when. I will.
He pisses in that suit all day. He shits in that suit.
He shits in it
all day. Cortana,
I wish I could do that.
I'm shitting. So, okay, Chief.
Do you think at some point, like, his ass armor, like, opens up to deposit the shit somewhere?
Don't get me started on this conversation, because we need
to have it. Because there's more than one.
Okay, shut the fuck up. This is my conversation. All right, so here's my thing. So he pees in his suit. He has a catheter installed. I get it. Mm-hmm. I Googled. Okay, I know what a colostomy bag is. Don't Google. Fuck you. I say, hey Google, nothing. I see fuck off. You're gonna do this now. It's listening to me every time. What was I saying? So I Googled.
Yeah.
I G-worded.
The
Butthole catheters. And I couldn't really find what I was looking for. Because, look, I know what colostomy bags are, but if Chief can shit in that suit, does he have a pipe going up his butt? Does he have something that, like, pre-cleans the cheeks when it's done? Because, like, he's got to have some messy-ass shits.
Sure.
I want to, like, I don't even...
yeah, but, like, that's where I was kind of, like, where I was going, like, the guy is clearly not pulling down his leg
Does he got
armor.
a butthole catheter? Does he have a tube going up his butt to collect it? Does he, is it like a vacuum? Is it like a suction?
But even past that, where does it go from there?
Maybe it's like the still suits. It turns it into other resources in the water.
Here's some lotion for your skin, Chief.
Well, I mean, if in the universe of Death Stranding, you can turn water and piss into fucking monster energy, you know, sky's the limit.
Xbox's answer to Death Stranding.
Pooping! Pooping in the water, and oh god.
Which is infinitely more better than infinitely better than Death Stranding.
Do you think, like, yeah, like, of course, where does it go? But, like, does it go to a pouch? Is the pouch, like, is his bladder pouch in the front? Is his poop pouch in the back?
So
like,
I'm thinking,
does it go down to the feet?
I would need to look at his ass some more.
Does it go to the thighs first and then you blow up?
No. I think he has something in
does
the
it
armor.
Get injected back into him?
No.
Is it like
God, that would kill him.
Stimulant, steroids?
No,
like
that would be death. You can't just inject shit into your bloodstream.
It's the future, man. They got these giant ass mech suits. I don't know.
I think he has. I'm envisioning some kind of depository spot in his ass armor section.
It's like a pocket.
Yes. And then at some point, once it gets too full, it just kind of like on the end near his skin, that then shuts, so no atmospheric space energy is getting all up in there. And then another thing on the bottom opens and the shit just falls out.
No, dude.
That's what I envision.
No. Because you're bringing me back to the dirty butthole scenario. If it's his butthole fucking stinks. That thing is full of bacteria, and he needs to go to the hospital. So there's no way they can leave him that fucking gunked up.
Well, then maybe they also have like a bidet built in there.
Okay, then where does the water from the bidet go?
Also into the depository.
Do they have a fucking blow dryer too? Is this a
Yeah,
Swiss Army knife as well? I don't.
Yes. All of the above.
Hey, Google.
Hey, oh, God.
How dirty is Master Chief's butthole?
Is she gonna say it?
Oh. Urine is collected via a catheter and is filtered, used as drinkable resource. Okay, let's look about the poop, though.
Yeah, I feel like we got that part mostly figured out.
Yeah. Collected via colostomy tube connecting to the filtration systems located in the thighs.
Someone actually. There's like actual lore on this.
Filter. Okay.
You got it.
So urine is collected via a catheter and is filtered, used as a drinkable resource as is.
So Master Chief drinks his own piss.
As is water. As is water processed and filtered out of fecal matter collected in the... So he is drinking his poo.
Master Chief.
John.
Yeah, you sick bastard.
I wonder if he can take a shit while at full speed. That's like this is on
that
Reddit.
A comment?
This is immediately under. And then the one under that is deleted, so I don't even know.
Oh, God. Who knows where that one went?
I'm making a big stinky.
Mystery solved. Now we know.
I'm thirsty.
Are you going to think about this while playing Halo now? Or are you thinking, like, is he drinking his shit right now?
Like, I think about, like, what if he's taking a fat shit in the middle of, like, a meeting. And then...
I don't think Master Chief's going to many meetings.
I don't know. Maybe. And then he's drinking it. And then I think of the Kiryu sound from Yakuza where he drinks something and he fills it with that. Oh. Oh. So I'm just thinking Master Chief just. Oh.
He poops it out and it's just like
He
surprised by it, like,
oh.
That's yummy.
Oh man, how long have we been talking about Master Chief's butt?
Quite a while.
Yeah.
Honestly, most of the Halo Infinite conversation has been this.
I mean, it's like the most interesting thing that I've come across recently. Other than that, yeah, it plays really well.
I guess the gameplay's all right, but that's not what we're here for.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but I guess that's Halo Infinite.
You say you got one more, right?
Yeah. I also, I tried that Matrix Awakens experience.
Oh, you did play that?
Yeah.
People are like, you could crash thousands of cars. It's crazy.
Yeah. Once I got to that point, I got so bored. So this is what happens. It starts you off in a cutscene that for a second, I can't tell if it was really Keanu or not. And then as it went on, I was like, okay, he is definitely CG. Like he's in engine. And it kept going on.
If this is supposed to be an Unreal experience, you would think.
Yeah, but like when it starts off, it's like straight up, hi, I'm Keanu Reeves. And it's in like a white background. And I'm like, that does look exactly like not even like Uncanny Valley, like, oh, this is just Keanu Reeves. Like they're doing a video beforehand. And then it moves on and you see Carrie-Anne Moss and like you see other stuff. And I was like, oh, they are fake. They're not real. And then after that, it starts off, you pop up in the backseat of Neo and what's Carrie's name?
I don't know. I've only seen the first one. That was a couple years ago at this point since I've last watched it.
Her name. So you pop in the backseat and you're like, hey, I'm just kind of here to help now. And they're like, Neo's like, all right, good. I'm going to go. And he flies out the window of the passenger side. And then all of a sudden cars start chasing you. You pop out the back window and all the tires have icons for you to shoot. But you're not
so
really
you're just some random dude?
Like you're some random girl who just kind of pops in and is like, hey, I'm here to help. And you're like, all right. Wonder when you show up or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're shooting, like, you're not really aiming at the tires and like shooting. You're locked on one and then you move the right stick to like switch locked on targets.
Okay.
So it's a lot of that as you're just shooting tires. It all looks cool as cars are flipping and whatnot. And then slowly agents are like coming out and like trying to jump onto the back of your car and like you're shooting them at like the right time or whatnot. It's all fun and whatnot. That lasts like maybe 5-6 minutes. After that, you get another thing and you're just left there in like the middle of the street. Just go do whatever you want to do.
You're like out of the car?
Out of the car. And you're just like, all right.
So it's first person?
No.
Okay.
And here you are. And I'm like, all right, let's start walking around. And I'm walking around. I'm like, it's definitely detailed. I mean, you got a lot of people going on. Like, it all looks nice. And I was like, okay. I didn't find access to a gun or like bring a gun back from when I was shooting them. So I was like, okay, what can I do? I was walking around. I got into a car. I started driving. I guess it's realistic physics because the car started flipping when I did like turns and stuff. I was like, okay, the driving feels kind of bad. Like if it's like realistic driving.
Right.
And then I crashed a car because I remember people were talking about like the destruction stuff. I was like, okay. I got out the car and I hit one of the buttons, which is fly, which you are flying, but it's like a spectator camera fly, where you go to hit it and it's like, all right, you're just a camera, and it feels like a spectator camera where you just kind of look in a room and looking around, and wherever you stop that camera, you just like pop back up as the character, and you're just wherever you stopped the camera.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and at that point, I was like, I think I'm done.
Yeah, like I know it's weird because it's not a game.
No,
you're not like here to play a video game.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
Yeah,
but that still sounds super weird.
It was because I was expecting more. I was expecting like not to be able to walk around and just do whatever. I was almost expecting like a 1 hour like mission or whatever that they had planned, and we were gonna do like a few different things. But it was just like, all right, shooting sequence, drop you off. Here you are. You bored
Weird.
yet? You crashing up
Yes.
cars yet? You good? I was like, all right. That was it.
Interesting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Games are going to look fucking crazy in the future.
That's really what you just said. That's what I got out of this. That
Yeah.
we're going to have some, like, in Cyberpunk 2078.
Yeah.
Keanu's going to look real good.
Games are going to look really good. They might suck to play, but they're going to look really good. And that was Matrix.
No more games here, right?
No.
I'm going to blast these real quick because we're already getting long and we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I played some of those game demos that came out with like the ID at Xbox thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play them on my Xbox because they're also like out on Steam and stuff. And I'm not going to go into everything I played, just the ones I liked because it feels kind of weird shitting on a demo of a game that's probably early in development.
Yeah.
Which there were a few that I really didn't like. I'm going to focus on the ones I did like. Bless them real quick. Aspire, Ena's Trail. This was, I told you a little bit about this off camera. Or off microphone. It's a 2D puzzle platformer that's not like hectic. You're not moving fast. It's not about like hard jumps. It's really more about the puzzles. And like, it's calming. Even when I had to like kind of think about exactly what I'm doing, like with the puzzle, it was like this nice piece of music is playing. The art style is like simple but pleasant. And even with things where like there were a couple like kind of creepily designed characters or enemies, if you will, it was still like just calm and nice. And I liked that. It's also coming out December 17th.
Ooh.
So like basically now. Grid Force, Mask of the Goddess. This was, have you ever played the Mega Man Battle Network games?
No, but I think I have them.
They're good.
So those aren't the Game Boy ones, right?
Yeah, they are.
I have them.
They're good. So those were this reminded me of that in terms of gameplay, where it's like, there's a grid, and you're kind of like moving along this grid and then there's like a line in the middle, and the other side of the grid is the enemy side. And you're shooting back and forth at each other and using skills and stuff, and it's gameplay definitely seems deep, and there's a lot of characters. You start with 4, and that you play like a little snippet about a few hours in. It said you have your 4 characters, and by the end, I recruited 2 or 3 more to like take with me to go to the next part, which is when the demo ended. So like each character has different elements, different skills, different movement things. Like it you can get deep into this if you want to. I really enjoyed playing this game. The story seems like it's weird judging the story from like, I played about an hour of this, which was a few hours into the game. So I don't have much of a connection with these characters. Cool thing they're doing is it is an all-female cast.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Okay.
I'm digging that though. The Darkest Tales. This is that teddy bear, like 2D platformer.
I laughed when I first saw that because I'm like, are they bringing Naughty Bear back? Like what?
It's weird because like everything about this game is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like an indie 2D platformer, but at the same time, it's like I'm like digging this.
What do you do?
First off, one of the cool things is that the demo is essentially a prologue, which is also the first 2 levels of the game, which when the game comes out, it saves your progress for you.
Oh.
So like when the game comes out, this is what it said. I'm like, maybe it won't work, but it said like, yeah, your progress will be saved. So like you do these 2 levels when the game comes out and you play it, it'll be like you pick up from the 3rd level. Here you are.
I wish Sable did that.
That would have been nice in Sable.
I would have finished Sable then.
You're a teddy bear, and this little like fairy creature comes and gets you out of the chest that you were locked away in, like the toy chest. You're pissed off and grumpy because your girl,
yo girl,
not like yo girl, but like the Andy from Toy Story, just like put you away in this toy box, and you've just been fucking sitting there in darkness, just pissed off and grumpy.
Yeah.
She's in a coma type deal, and like nightmares are taking over, and it's not good. So it's a 2D platformer. Platforming by the end of the 2nd level, it was getting kind of difficult. Checkpoints are pretty lenient, so there is that. Mm-hmm. And you have scissors as your weapons, and you're just slicing away at enemies. And you're really encouraged to kill enemies because the more you kill, the more experience you get. To like, there's a whole skill tree and everything. It's good. The writing is interesting because he's like, the fairy is kind of annoying, like she's annoying the teddy bear and kind of annoying me. Mm-hmm. But then like the bear is also kind of too much of a dick, and like they both kind of suck, but it works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like they are both working towards the same goal here, and they hate each other, and I kind of hate both of them, but in a good way.
Interesting.
And it's all like the first level is like, oh, here's Little Red Riding Hood eating a wolf. Oh, Little Red Riding Hood is a weirdly murderous, like, she like gets off on blood.
Oh.
And murder and death. So her whole thing is to make wolves extinct. And
this is the fucking Flashpoint paradox that I've been waiting for.
It's like dark in that way.
Nice.
And she's very much like, ooh, like like you killed that wolf. Well, here's a bunch more. Hey, wolfie's over here. And she's like by the end, there's like blood everywhere, and she's like, yes, now we can fight. And like it's a cool twist on it. So I'm kind of excited to see where that goes later on.
Interesting.
The last one, I saved this for last because it was my favorite one. Best month ever. So this is the one, the point and click,
right?
With
oh yeah, I remember this.
It is. So I was playing these on PC, and the controller is working for all these, but not for this for whatever reason. Even though like this is also gonna be on Xbox if it's not already on Xbox, so I know controller works, but it's not like you're just you're clicking somewhere, you move there. So the demo is just that level that they show kind of in the trailer at the bar. Mm-hmm. Mostly playing as the mom as opposed to the child. And it is all so the setup is this. This mom with her child, there does seem to be a father in the picture. She finds out that she's sick. She has very limited time left. So she's like packing shit up. They're moving, getting a new home. The kid doesn't know. But it's being narrated by the kid in the future as an adult. So he'll be like, what I didn't know is that this home was for me. And like it's like his voice is kind of there narrating things as they happen. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because the choices you make as the mother, there's like 3 different levels of I don't know the word, but there's 3 different things, meters, if you will. One of them is like lawfulness, kindness, and courage, I think, or something along those lines. And every decision you make as the mom affects those meters. And in the beginning, the first 2 are like, this one will be, yes, it will raise this one. The other decision lowers it. Simple as that. But then the later decision in this level was straight up like, no matter what I'm choosing, something is getting lowered and something's getting higher. And those meters by the end of the game seemingly will determine the type of person the kid grows up into.
Interesting.
So and like the voice acting, the writing, like it was. The only thing I didn't like was moving around with via point and click,
which is I want to play it because of everything else, but that form of moving is just painful.
But it was I really liked it.
Yeah.
This was like out of all the games, I was like enjoying all of them of the ones I said, but out of all of them, this is the one like I did that first level and I was immediately like, I want to keep fucking playing this like right now.
Nice.
Like I'm not happy that just ended. I want more.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot.
Awesome.
It was the best month ever. Maybe.
So many good indie games.
Yeah. Most of those I think are. So yeah, Ina's Trail is December 17th, and the rest all say 2022 or coming soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to do the other thing before this? Because I didn't care about the other thing as much, but I do want to talk about one thing from it.
Which other thing are we talking about?
The Direct.
We could do that. I have that in the Game Awards as like before news.
All right. We'll get to the I kind of really skimmed through the Indie Direct that happened today, which I didn't even know there was one. I'm scrolling through Twitter and I
think I saw it yesterday that there was one today.
Fucking one of the grumpy gamers posted like, "Oh, Nintendo Direct, this and that." Like, whoa! And I was like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" And I look up and I go, "What do you mean there was a Direct this morning?" So I'm sitting like, "Fucking open up fucking YouTube." Nintendo Direct.
It wasn't like a Nintendo Direct. It was specifically for indies. It wasn't like a.
But they showed off that first game, Sea of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have everything. I'm gonna blast through these. A lot of them.
Sea of Stars.
But yeah,
Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars.
It looks like visually very pretty.
It looks great. Like just having finished Eastward, wanting like craving that type again, but like having more exciting like turn-based battles. Like you have Eastward, it looks really good. It plays like an old Game Boy game. I love it. You have Octopath Traveler, looks really good. Plays like an old Game Boy game. Love it. Never beat it. Way too grindy. But now you got some pretty looking turn-based combat. You got this over here, and you got some different things. And I just wish it wasn't holiday 2022, probably early 2023.
Yeah, when it says at this point, it's like everything gets delayed. So.
Yeah, because like I was like, I watched that, and I think I watched it twice. I was like, I want that.
It visually looked at. I was totally getting Octopath Traveler vibes from it.
Yeah.
Which in my head, I'm immediately like, I really like the way this game looks.
Yeah.
Am I going to actually enjoy playing this game?
I mean, I put like 40, 50 hours in Octopath and I didn't beat it. My rule is as long as I put at least 24 hours into a game, like standard $60 game, whatever, as long as I put 24 hours in that game, beat it or not, satisfaction guaranteed.
I definitely did not put that amount of time in Octopath. I fell off it pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, visually, Octopath,
yeah,
it looks really fucking good.
It really asks a lot from you at points.
Yeah, and I was not nearly invested enough in the characters and the story or the combat especially.
I mean, if you want, I beat that game a few times because every time you finish a character story, the credits roll. I didn't beat it, but I finished a few different characters.
So yeah, that's also... You didn't play The Messenger, right? That was from like a couple years ago. People really liked that.
No, but the thing they showed, I was interested in. Like the new thing.
That's this. Sea of Stars is a prequel.
Oh.
To The Messenger. But you don't. They said it's in the same world and it serves as a prequel, but the narrators to the fucking Direct literally said you don't have to have played The Messenger or have any knowledge of it to enjoy this game.
Well, maybe I'll play The Messenger next.
Maybe people liked The Messenger. I never played it.
I remember hearing about it and then just...
Yeah, it was... Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what they open with. Now let's just... Did you actually, like, watch anything else, or did you, like...
I skimmed. Like, there was another one. I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like Alicia.
Is Alicia.
It is Alicia?
Yeah, so that was the next one. It's Alicia. They said it's a puzzle adventure game.
That one interested me.
Yeah, so you play as twin sisters navigating a deserted temple. And the thing that really stuck out to me, so this is coming out in spring 2022 as a console exclusive. I don't know. The way these fucking things are worded is confusing now. So I don't know if this is literally a Nintendo Switch exclusive or it's like it launches as an exclusive.
Yeah.
But I would think, okay, you can play solo or local co-op where each person controls one of the sisters. And one of the sisters is used with motion controls and the other one is used with the touchscreen and handheld mode. It seems weird. And I'm like interested to see what that actually means.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's spring 2022. Then they show Locomotive. It's another like point and click adventure game. It's Clue on a train.
Yeah.
You're on a train, someone got murdered, someone on the train did it. Go figure it out.
And at that point, that's just Murder on the Orient Express.
Sure.
Which is that.
Summer 2022 for that. This one I was kind of interested in. Did you see After Love EP?
Yeah.
So this is the Coffee Talk people made this. So this sounds right up my alley to start off. A rhythm game with narrative choices and multiple endings. A story about grief because like you're this musician, your girlfriend died. And it's about like music and moving on from that and like learning to maybe love again and like relationships with other people. I didn't like the way it looked that much. The art style.
Is that the one that was like more like not comic booky, but like
it was very flat.
Yeah, like the things would pop up and it had like a picture and then another picture and like it almost like
yes, kinda, yeah.
There was one game that reminds me of that and I cannot remember what the fuck it's called. You keep talking. I'll find it.
So like all that stuff like sound like right up my alley, which is really like I'm probably gonna give this game a shot. But something about the art style was really like I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't. I was looking. I was like, I'm not trying to be. They did. Oh, so it probably is this game because they said that they're using a Japanese manga as like a visual inspiration for that style, and like. I'm not trying to bash on anyone that worked on that game and made that style. I just really don't like it. But that is summer 2022. I'm still probably going to play that because everything else about that game is right up my alley. I'll blast this one out real quick while you're looking.
Well, I found it.
Oh, you found it? What is it?
Do you remember Florence?
Yes.
Specifically, like, it had that...
Yeah.
Imagery and
like
almost like
it looks kind of like that.
Yeah, not like really, but like little mini game things based off and like telling a story through.
Yeah, so
that's what it reminds me.
So
of.
yeah, it kind of I can see it. But yeah, After Love EP is all about like it's straight up like a Guitar Hero looking mini game, rhythm game.
Interesting,
but like horizontally.
Yeah, I saw that.
Does that make sense? Yeah,
I saw. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it like just visually, I'm probably gonna play it.
Like I liked Florence for what it was. I don't know if I'll like that and I like rhythm games. I'm not crazy about them.
I am. Dungeon Munchies, 2D action platformer. You kill monsters, you get their materials, you cook them up, and that gives you different abilities depending on what you're eating. Out now. Then there was Figment 2, Creed Valley. I've never heard of the first Figment. But this was like a top-down, like a puzzle adventure. What are genres anymore?
Yeah.
Like a Zelda-esque, but like more puzzly, set in the human mind, they said, and you can play solo or local co-op. It's like, it's not a rhythm game, but everything in the world is like, it all moves to a song and a rhythm, and like what you're doing will like change the music around.
I looked at it like if you put a beat on Death's Door.
Sure, I mean it didn't look anything like Death's Door, but
it's the exact same gameplay.
Oh, yeah, I was for whatever reason you said Death's Door and I thought Death Loop.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Death's Door? Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah. That's a decent comparison.
To which, at the end, I don't know if it was just me, but there was that one boss fight, and the character was moving, like, really slow. Like, one of the slowest rolls I've ever seen. And just from that...
it didn't stand out to me.
Just from that, I was like, I don't know if I'll play this game. Like, that margin of error for me is like, I could see myself getting very angry.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge you for that, because I totally have things that are just like that.
Yeah.
That's out in February 2022, but the demo is out now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Play Oink Games. It's a board game collection of games that Oink Games has made. Out now. This one interested me. It was probably the most interesting one to me, or one of them. Endling, Extinction is Forever.
I thought that was, do you know that other Fox game that came out? Like, Secret of the North or something?
Mm-mm.
I thought that was that. And I was like, oh, we're getting a sequel. And I saw that. I was like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, so this is a stealth survival adventure game. You're playing... So this is all... From what I could gather and what they were saying, it seems like it takes place in a future where, hey, humanity, we kept doing what we're doing and kind of really fucked the planet. This is the last fox mom with her 3 cubs.
So we throw them into a black hole.
So we're... So you play as the mom with your 3 little cubs.
And depending on the choices you make, those cubs might be a dick when they're older. They might be mean.
Depending on the choices you make, those cubs might die.
They might be unlawful.
they might just die. It seems like the type of game that's probably gonna make me sad.
Yeah.
But I want to play it. Spring 2022 on that. Ollie Ollie World. This is not the first time they've showed Ollie Ollie World,
no.
right? That skateboarding platformer 2D. It got a release date February 2nd.
Yeah.
2020.
This is the open world one.
It's open world?
This is Ollie Ollie World, man. This isn't just Ollie Ollie or Ollie Ollie 2 anymore. This is Ollie Ollie World, man.
It didn't look open world.
You'll see.
I probably will because it's skateboarding. So I'm like instantly like, I might play this.
There was a time where I was into Ollie Ollie. Like, I was really into it. And then some of the tracks, like, again, I'm sitting there, I'm like, on the 9th try, I'm like, fucking son of a bitch. This piece of shit. And I'll get past it, and I'll be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
River City Girls 2 got announced. Summer 2022. Not really my type of game, but people liked that first one.
I remember when it came out.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that like 2D brawler thing. It's just not really my jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's a new Shaq Fu.
I
like Shaq Fu.
You ready for the highlight reel machine gun go through?
Yeah.
Parkosaurus, Spring 2022. Spring 2022. It's a dinosaur park management sim. Don't Starve Together is coming to Switch Spring 2022. Chicory, Colorful Tale. You should play that game. It's really good. It's out now on Switch. Baby Storm. It seems like some sort of co-op party babysitting game thing. That's coming January 21st, 2022. Grime. They've shown this off before. It's coming summer 2022. Gerda, A Flame in Winter. It seems like a narrative dialogue choices game. 2022. Timely, top-down puzzle game, out now. This was the one that interested me. Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery. A narrative first-person game about like an artist who's painting. Like you have to like grab materials and like do the painting and stuff. Spring 2022. And then they're like big reveal for the end. I didn't know this game. Apparently, it came out a few years ago. People really liked it. Like an old school RPG, Omori.
Yeah.
That's coming to Switch Spring 2022. They were in the video making it out to be like a bigger deal. So like, yay.
Okay.
That was it. All indie games. Some of them looked interesting to me.
Sea of Stars, though.
You ready to talk about the Game Awards? What now? Here's the thing. We planned on doing this as like a... we co-streamed the Game Awards. It was our first stream. You can, like I said, you can go watch that on YouTube if you want to like do that. So we were like, we don't need to do the full breakdown like we normally do for these things.
Yeah.
Just the highlights. And while it did feel like it was like overall, I was like disappointed with it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a decent amount of like announcements and highlights here.
I mean, definitely stuff that I was excited about.
Should we just bounce back and forth between things?
I mean, sure.
I didn't go in order. I like looked up what happened at the Game Awards again and was just kind of like, oh yeah, that was interesting. Oh yeah, there was that.
I copy and pasted an entire list, and I'll just list off the things that I liked.
Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth then.
Why not?
Sure. I'll go first.
I had no cue. I didn't know what you wanted.
I didn't know what I wanted either.
All right. So it's your fault.
We got a release date on Tunic.
We did.
March 16th, 2022. That is sooner rather than later. That's like 3 months away.
All right. I'll fucking follow you up with we got a fucking Forspoken release date of May 24th, 2022.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what we were doing in the middle of the stream, but completely missed it. And I saw it when I watched it back. I was like, oh, fuck, when did we get that?
Yeah, we must have been distracted. Maybe by buttons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I felt like that game was like way further off than that.
I think it's because, like, is it like the first big Unreal Engine 5 game? Is that why?
Maybe? I guess, because like this is the game they were using to like kind of show off Unreal Engine, right?
Was it?
I don't know.
It's been a long year.
But I am pretty excited for it. It looks cool.
I'm interested. Yeah.
I'll leave that one for you. This Thirsty Suitors was announced.
Yeah, what was that one?
This was the one that started out and we were both like, I don't know about this, and then it turned into a really strange, like, Scott Pilgrim type deal.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
It was, like, the more it went on, the more bonkers it was getting in a way that both of us were kind of like, I'm actually kind of digging this now.
Okay.
By the end, we both immediately had, like, the same shift of, like,
well, because that was the one that was just like, here, we're on a skateboard. And, like,
yeah, you start skateboarding around, and I was like, okay.
Like, what's happening?
I'm very intrigued by that game.
Yeah. I'll assume what you said is my next thing. We might have an Expanse Telltale game.
It's not that we might.
Yeah, we're getting an Expanse Telltale
but yes,
game.
that was the one.
Oh, so excited.
Go to any of our social media accounts to see Dave's reaction.
Any of them.
It's good. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It's good.
If you could tell, I wasn't expecting it.
And he got very excited by it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. We got a new... So some of these I'm just gonna... Like, we got a new Hellblade 2 trailer.
But, like, what we got was cool.
It is, yeah. We got another highlight on that if you want to go watch that on any of our social media accounts. But, yeah, that game... Like, the first game visually looked good, so I have like really high expectations for the second one.
I know, like I'm waiting for this to be the Last of Us for Xbox or whatever.
Yeah, I'm
straight up stealing this from PlayStation.
Pretty much, yeah.
We got a fucking Wonder Woman game.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this because I looked into it a little bit today. So it is made by Monolith Productions. They like apparently confirmed like, yeah, this is gonna have the Nemesis system.
Oh,
which is interesting. I don't know enough about Wonder Woman to know like who the Nemesis would be, the Nemesi.
Weird.
But yeah, it's gonna use the Nemesis system.
Interesting. I wonder how that would work.
We're probably have to wait a long time. That game's not coming out soon.
We got our your turn.
The rumored Star Wars Eclipse made by Quantic Dreams got announced, which is the Heavy Rain, Detroit. There was the Ghost one. Beyond Two Souls. Yep. Their next game. Yeah, I'm in.
I'm excited. I mean, Star Wars, more Star Wars.
Sure, more story shit.
Official story trailer for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which that's coming fucking 3 months away.
Yeah,
holy shit.
I don't like something about that for whatever reason. Like I look at that and it doesn't feel 3 months away.
Like the fact that it was announced and it was 6 months away, and now it's 3 months away.
Maybe that's what it was, like the timing of the announcement and it not being too far off. That for whatever reason feels like it's way later.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This one I threw on there because we also both had the same reaction to this one, which was they're making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which we were both like, ooh, and then it was, one of those
like
multiplayer
Dead by Daylight type games.
Yep, and we were both immediately like, ah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. Just don't get me excited.
Yeah, those games must do good if they keep making them, right?
Right? I mean,
like,
if
people must be liking them.
But like, it's so weird because it's like, I wonder if it's like, because think of Dead by Daylight. Like, as it is. Like, I think it was just announced that its next big thing is going to be the Ring and whatnot. But, like...
Interesting.
Friday the 13th, obviously it's a big name,
yeah.
is big enough to be its own. And, like, now Texas Chainsaw Massacre is big enough to be its own. It's like...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's, like, cool, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm just not, like, a big enough horror fan, but if... Just be one game. Just be Dead by Daylight. That's it.
If you give me some sort of fucked up horror survival Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing,
or just make a campaign.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just in. I haven't even seen a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and I'm in.
Yeah.
So like, you're next.
I'm not like super excited about this, but like I'm kind of in like the honeymoon phase. We got a Dune game coming, but like also we didn't get like an announcement, but there's in an article there's another Dune game coming, and that one's a survival game.
Yeah, you told me about that. The one they announced at the Game Awards was like a
RTS,
like an RTS strategy game, which is both of us. That's really not our jam.
Look, I don't care about RTS. But I'll watch the trailer because it mentions Dune things, and I get it. I understand.
That was another. We both had the same thing. We were looking at it and was like, this kind of looks like it would be like Dune. And then
I was like, okay. And I was like, please and then don't be an RTS.
And then it is.
Yeah.
We got a new game from the Silent Hill creator, Slitterhead. Because they have slits in their heads.
Yep.
It's ridiculous and I'm on board. Like, I'll check this game out.
Sure. Why not? I'm stuck between two. I'm gonna go with this one. We got the official gameplay full reveal for a Plague's Tale Requiem.
I want this game
so bad.
That first one took both of us by surprise, and like it was good.
I remember watching the gameplay trailer, the first one, and being like, "What the fuck is this?" It's just a girl, and like she's hiding, and like using a light torch to shove rats away.
There's a lot of rats.
I'm like, what? And then I finished the first game, and I was just stuck. And as we're watching the trailer, I'm like, Amicia. As soon as Hugo says it, I'm like, oh, I want it. Yep. That game really got me. I love it. Give me. And when they announced the second one, just give me more. Give me more. Give me more.
I want more. Speaking of a second one, they announced Alan Wake 2, and it will be a survival horror game. 2023, because we're starting to get games with 2023s.
Oh, we were getting those already.
We have been, yeah. Spider-Man and shit. You take the next one and maybe another one. I'm going to grab another soda.
Okie dokie. We got the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League gameplay trailer. Because, like, it's one of those trailers where they show you, like, gameplay happening from a different angle. So it all looks cinematic and cool, but you don't really see what true gameplay is like. But, I mean, at the same time, what they did show is very exciting. And I think the most I've been like, all right, yeah, I'm down for this.
Every time they've shown more, like, the next thing for the Suicide Squad game, I'm, like, more on board with, like, okay, yeah, I'm digging this.
We got more gameplay for Chia, which was cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more into Chia.
That's another one where I was like, I was kind of on board from the beginning, because I like the way it looks and what they're doing. But yeah, the more they show of that game, the more I'm like, yeah, all right. Did we get a release date for Chia? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
They announced from BioWare dude, Nightingale, which is like, I still don't fully understand what's going on with this game. It's a survival game. You're building and crafting. It seems like you play with other people, but I can't. It's kind of seems like there's maybe a narrative campaign thing happening too.
Yeah.
I'm like intrigued, if you will.
I don't know if I give a shit anymore. I feel like
I don't
at the
necessarily
level,
give a shit.
yeah.
But like,
all right, well, okay, we're getting Warhammer 40K 2.
Was that the Space Marine 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, which seems like a deal. So remember I was saying on stream like, oh, Tyler's got to watch this.
Yeah.
Tyler ended up watching the Game Awards like the next day, and he was like, in a text with him, he was like, oh, Space Marine 2. Like, he was into it.
All right.
And he's like big into the Warhammer shit. So like,
I have the first one. I never finished it, but like out of those, like it seems like the one that's like easy to just play and get into. So I thought that's kind of cool.
we got a new trailer for the Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Right.
And just like, yeah, give me more Lord of the Rings shit. I have like a decent amount. Do you want me to just like blast through them?
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, but like, I don't know, like you got the Crossfire X launch date reveal. Like, I'm excited for Crossfire X. I want to see the campaign, but like, it's overall like this was kind of a disappointing event.
It was.
No Hogwarts.
No
God of War. No fucking like just. It felt so much emptier.
It did. It felt like a lot of filler. There was like more musical performances. It felt like, and again, maybe it's because we were streaming this and this was like our first stream. So like it is a little different because we have to like talk and be more entertaining. But there was like, because like, it's like you said, I think you said it on stream.
Yeah.
I was feeling there was like way more like ad breaks.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, yes, we're on stream, so it's not like we can sit there, pull up our, like, do our phone thing during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like it was a lot of that. Cuphead DLC coming in 2022 for those that like Cuphead.
Mm-hmm. There's the open world Sonic game.
That was my next one. Yep, Sonic Frontiers.
I was gonna say.
I'm pretty excited for. They're making an open world Sonic game.
That's cool.
And it feels like they're just gonna disappoint because it's a Sonic game. But I want that.
Yeah.
A few more things. Star Trek Resurgence. This is the Telltale but not Telltale game.
Yeah.
It's not officially Telltale, but it's apparently made by people that were like veterans at Telltale.
I don't remember what the company's called. Also, apparently we're supposed to be getting some Wolf Among Us 2 updates soon, apparently.
Okay, sure.
All right. I mean, I love Wolf Among Us, but I need the experience first.
And
then I'll gladly take Wolf Among Us. Then you'll take
the second one.
Yeah.
Among Us VR got announced.
Spoilers.
We got a new Elden Ring story trailer.
Yeah.
There was the Matrix Awakens, which you talked about earlier, but that's where they like the thing.
Yeah.
And just throw it out there. It Takes Two. Congratulations on the Game Awards Game of the Year.
Good job, Joseph Fares. Fuck the Oscars.
Yeah, always. It feels like always a surprise pick. It's never what I'm expecting.
Oscars did get fucked.
And you know, the Oscars did get kind of fucked because the Game Awards is so much better.
He's like, I gotta be here next year too.
All right, now we got news from the last 2 weeks. I didn't pick too many things. I just picked like the things that stood out to me.
Same.
You want to go on this one?
Yeah, actually, this is something I've had for over 2 weeks that I thought was just interesting and sitting there. Is that the DC Douglas, who plays Albert Wesker in Resident Evil 4, has apparently just started leaking info of like what his character is like gonna look like concept art wise in the remake that's gonna be coming out.
That was never officially announced, right?
Nope. And he's like, yeah, I'm reprising the role, and he somehow leaked his concept art out there.
Okay.
And I guess we're getting Resident Evil 4 remake officially. Like it was gonna happen.
We knew it, but
yeah, just sure, go for it.
Sure, yeah.
Just all right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It just doesn't give a shit.
And it's like you get the straight up like there's a picture of like him in his suit and like next to it from a different angle. I'm like, that is concept art of that character. Yes, it is.
So he was just like, hey, check me out.
Pretty much, I guess. All right, go for it.
Just no fucks. I like that.
Yeah.
Vince Zampella is replacing the GM of DICE after all this Battlefield shit.
Crazy. Where if he started like all the way back in Respawn.
Yep. And so there were like it was Respawn and there was another like division of EA that he is there was it was like a GM something.
Yeah.
if you want anyone that's like kind of taking over EA.
Yeah. Vince seems like a pretty good choice.
Yeah. So like, hey, that's probably like not trying to say anything bad about the person that was in that position previously because I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
But like, this feels like a good thing for Battlefield.
Yeah.
Especially after it seems like they've had a pretty rocky launch.
And Vince is known to do some good things.
Yeah, he's made some good games. Or been in charge of some good games that got made.
So, Dr. Disrespect.
I purposely didn't put this in because I don't like it. But yeah, I just
really don't care. Dr. Disrespect, because he's rich and famous, is using his gaming prowess and forming his own AAA gaming studio called Midnight Society, and they are working on a PvP multiplayer game at the moment, bringing in streamers, even like Halo, fucking like a big game vets, and just like, all right, just let's sit down and let's fucking make a game. Well, I guess we'll find out more.
We'll see what that means. This was a pretty big one.
I feel like I'm staring right at it.
Is it the PlayStation thing?
No.
Jason Schreier got out there.
Yeah.
And put this out there. Codenamed Spartacus for PlayStation it's gonna be their response to Game Pass. That's not just like PlayStation Now, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. And they got their stupid fucking plates too.
They're gonna have 3 tiers to this. Tier 1. So I was reading a recap on this. So this is what I gathered. Tier 1 is gonna be kind of like what PlayStation Plus is now. They get your free games every month, which are usually pretty good games.
Yeah.
Also, they said that like PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now is gonna kind of like become one thing and probably just be like the same like PlayStation Plus branding
as Xbox did.
Yeah, pretty much. Tier 2 is gonna be essentially Game Pass. It's gonna be a bigger catalog. You know, we all know Game Pass. It's gonna be that. Tier 3 is gonna be a bigger library and have old games, as in PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PlayStation. I think it was PSP was on there.
Really?
Like, yeah, it was gonna have like a selection of a bunch of those games. Jason Schreier did say that it's not gonna be Xbox, as in, hey, the new Horizon's coming out, gonna be on PlayStation Plus day one.
Imagine.
No, they're not. And like, that sucks for us as a consumer.
Yeah.
Business wise, I get it, because from what I understand, the PlayStation first party games sell really good.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I get why they wouldn't do that. But this is gonna be launching spring 2022. That's soon.
Yeah.
That's like a few months away.
I mean, Game Pass has been out there for this whole time, and it feels like PlayStation's just been like biting them fucking fingernails.
Yep. So it makes sense. It was gonna happen at some point they were gonna do something like this.
Yeah.
This type of this is where gaming is going. This subscription service, like, this is where we're going.
Good. No. Maybe.
No, not good for you.
No. Speaking of good and where things should be going, congratulations to indie studio Vodeo Games for making the first ever video game union.
I did not see this.
They are known for Beast Breaker. It's a pinball RPG that released earlier this year, and they have officially, it's a small dev, I think 13 devs in this studio, and they have officially made the first ever video game union. To the point where I was like, when it comes to game articles and certain news, I'll skim. I try to get as much information as I can, but there's so much out there. Yeah. I was reading this article, like I was attached, and it was cool how when the co-founder and the maybe it was the director or whatever was like, I've always been about like, hey, if there's a problem, tell me. We want to make this better. Like, we always want to make this better. And she was like, as soon as they were like, hey, we want to unionize, she was like, all I could do was be like, step back and be like, go ahead, just fucking do it. And the way she was like, I'm going to step back, do the right thing, and be like, do what everyone else should be doing. Make a union. Go do it.
Like, yeah, especially in gaming where listen, we don't got to go even deeper into it, but like Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, and realistically, it's not just them. It's like kind of fucking everyone.
Yeah.
The way people that work on games are treated is so fucked.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be like, hey, like this is great, and hopefully a trend, the start of the trend.
This is going to be a big starting point. Like, yeah, it's an indie studio, but like this is gonna make waves.
Sure, but like you get one indie studio, then maybe another one does, and then another.
And then it's
like,
just the
this
norm.
kind of bigger indie studio does, and it, you know.
Yeah. And then the big studio's like, you know what?
Goes.
We're doing it.
One of the big studios is gonna have to fucking be that person.
Well, thanks
and then
to
it will
Vodeo
pressure the
Games
others.
for being the first domino.
Good job. Take-Two hates It Takes Two.
Take-Two hates everybody.
Take-Two hates everyone that's not Take-Two.
Yeah.
This is so fucking stupid.
That's Take-Two.
Take-Two Interactive filed a trademark claim against Hazelight because of their name, It Takes Two, which is not Take-Two.
All right.
At no point playing It Takes Two or looking at It Takes Two did I get confused or even think about Take-Two Interactive.
What about the song It Takes Two?
Maybe they're going for them too.
Jesus Christ.
So it seems like Hazelight has had to abandon ownership of the name of the game.
Like, so stupid.
Because it's straight up, they, like, Take-Two has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to go through the courts and, like, do the whole lot? Like, that their Take-Two is essentially like, yeah, we're fucking way bigger than you. Challenge us. I dare you.
Yeah.
You have the money for that. It's fucked. It's stupid.
To which, fuck you, big companies.
Yep.
People Can Fly has acquired the Blair Witch VR dev Incuvo.
I didn't even know there was a Blair Witch VR.
Yeah. So apparently, they are known for like making VR versions of games and whatnot, and are currently making a VR version of Green Hell, which is a first-person survival game set in the Amazon rainforest.
Interesting.
So that's cool.
Speaking of not cool, you see this George Casiopo got fired from PlayStation?
No.
You didn't see this?
No, I don't think so. Was this in the past few days?
Within like the last week or so.
Okay.
This dude, George, got seemingly caught in a pedophile sting.
Ooh.
He so it's on camera. I watched the video. It was like
was this like a dude in the background or something?
He was like straight up in the video. You can see his face.
But like, okay, maybe I did hear about this.
He seemed to, from what we could gather. So like obviously like we don't have all the details. He's seemingly invited a 15-year-old, or who he thought was a 15-year-old boy, over to his house for sex. The 15-year-old boy was supposed to be showing up there. It was a sting by somebody. I don't really know who.
The guy crying in the parking lot.
No.
Okay. Because
Nope.
I know a different video.
No, this was straight up this guy's house. And he answered the door, and he just fucking, like, starts walking out. He's this older dude in, like, a PS5 shirt.
In glasses.
Maybe?
And he's crying. And he's like, and then the person's like, I'm not a cop.
No.
All right. Then I know a different 15-year-old pedophile video that's going around on the internet.
No. This guy, like, went right back into his house. And, like, shut the door. And the person that set up this thing was like, George, do I have to call the cops? You want to come talk? You want to come out and talk? He's like in the neighborhood just shouting out like, this man invited a 15-year-old boy over for sex. Just like shouting it at the top of his lungs across the neighborhood. This guy got fired from PlayStation. So seemingly it was like,
what happened to the dude who was yelling in the middle of the night? Huh?
That guy? No, that guy didn't get fired.
Yeah, but what happened to him?
He
Can't just go around yelling in the middle. I mean, you can't be doing what George was doing, but
he handed everything over to the authorities for an investigation. So there's seemingly some credibility here. It would, you know, because I don't think like this was just like a random dude. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Absolutely.
Just the fucking go out answering the door in your fucking big PlayStation shirt.
Fucking go to hell.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I got most of mine are release dates, but I'm trying to get some out of the way. You hear about Stalker 2?
Is this
Stalker 2 will be allowing 3 people into the Stalker 2 metaverse and basically are selling NFTs to make you a metahuman in the Stalkerverse.
Yep.
So there's people out there getting paid for that.
Yep.
New Splinter Cell remakes in the works.
All right, now here we go. Some good news. We go. Yeah, finally we get an announcement about it. So I really thought that they've been like fucking working on something. No, they said that this is like still very early.
Due to popular demand, we're making Resident Evil 8 DLC.
Yeah, they said it's being like straight up made from the ground up. Going to focus on stealth. This is going to be like linear like those old ones were. It's not going to be an open world thing.
I wonder if it like I wonder if they're doing like a God of War with it.
That'd be cool. I'm down. Mm-hmm. This is cool. And I'm glad they're not making it just another Ubisoft open world game.
Right.
PlayStation announced some new covers and controllers. Like different colors.
A lot of people be hating on the blue.
Really?
I feel like it's too light.
That blue, I saw that blue, was like, I think I'm going to pre-order one of these. I like it.
$55.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing
What's
that.
money anymore?
I spent maybe $40, maybe $30. I spent about $30 on Redbubble buying stickers. Trying to cover up that ugly fucking white plated shit space design. And my stickers, I'm not taking them stickers off.
I'm a little confused as to what cover means.
The panels.
So like, are you straight up taking off the white ones?
Yeah.
And okay. I wasn't sure if it was like that or this is like something you put over the white. Like, you know what I mean?
The way the panels work is you take them by the opposite corners.
Okay.
And you kind of bend them and pry it out.
Okay.
Because they're hooks in there, and then you kind of bend the material to like bring the hooks out.
I get what you're saying, but that feels like if I did that, I would like snap it. Like that feels like I'm breaking it.
Yeah. But I assume they got to be malleable enough.
You would think so.
I mean, it's not something I'm going to try because I got my stickers on there.
So, I don't think I'm going to get a new color thing. If I were to get a new one, it would probably be the black one.
Honestly, just do, like, you have the dope-ass fucking Spider-Man cover. You have the dope-ass fucking God of War PS4 thing. Just...
Now...
I know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And it's shitty. I'm probably going to get one. if it's like really cool.
I'm totally down. So like I think the Spider-Man that was a PS4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that full red with
that looks really fucking cool.
Really good.
But I'm not about to buy a new console for that.
No.
But if you're putting out maybe these new things that I could change the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, but they do that because they know that they can fucking hike up the prices.
I know. And like obviously it would depend on price. Yeah. But like I am way more likely to buy something like that than a new console.
They're going to make them like $90 if it's cool.
See, like that would be like that's a little much for me.
Yeah, but they're gonna if they can make those if you're gonna put out colors that are like not the actual like primary colors, they're like the sister to that primary.